I had an amazing conversation with someone the other night. They were sharing with me their level of anxiety when they go to work. They've been at this job for a few months and they're doing fine at it, but they have had really bad experiences previously in their work life where people were unkind and people said horrible things, and they just don't feel very comfortable in a work environment with others. So they were sharing with me how often their palms are sweaty and their heart is racing. They're taking an anti anxiety med and still they're freaking out at work. And they were asking me, what in the world am I supposed to do about this? Because it's a miserable, terrible, horrible, bad feeling. And yet it's where I'm living. We're going to be talking about taking the angst out of anxiety. It's going to be in two parts because there's a lot to cover. Thank you so much for being with me today. If you are suffering with anxiety, I hope that this will be so very helpful to you. The level and the number of persons struggling with anxiety in today's society has increased a lot. I'm not telling you that through the ages there haven't been people who have wrestled with anxiety, but it is becoming more and more prevalent. I can honestly say to you that I think since the year of COVID-19 and all the isolation, that it has significantly increased because people who got accustomed to being on their own and just having nothing and no one to handle, and now they have all these things to handle, they're not handling it very well, and their anxiety levels are through the roof. So let me say to you, first of all, I am truly sorry that you're struggling with this, and I acknowledge it is really quite challenging. But I earnestly believe there are steps that can be taken and ways in which you can deal with this effectively. So let's talk about this. All right. Number one, breathe. I know that sounds really funny, but under almost any circumstances, when we get upset, our nervous system kicks in and we have this literal physical and emotional response. One of the calmest and most self reassuring things we can do is to breathe. So, the proper way to breathe is you breathe every second of every day by involuntary mechanisms, but this is a conscious, voluntary thought process. I want you to close your eyes and inhale for 4. Hold it for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 4. Pause for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold it for 4. Exhale for 4. Pause for 4. Do a 4 by 4, also known as a box breath. Do it 4 times. Within that length of time, literally, you will feel your heart rate slow down. You'll just gain a little bit of calm. No kidding. You can go in the bathroom and do it at work. You can do it in your car before you walk into work. You can do it at lunchtime. If you do this 4 or 5 times a day, you will get calmer. It just does calm you down. Okay, so breathe. I know it's very simple, but I'm not kidding. Breathe. Okay. Now I'm going to give you some great information that is not my own. And at the end, I will acknowledge to you where this information came from. Admit to yourself, wow, I'm really anxious about this. Maybe in the past people were not kind to me. Maybe I'm just really a shy person and being around other people makes me anxious no matter what. I don't know if they're going to like me. They're going to think I'm ugly. They're going to think my clothes are stupid. They're going to think I don't know what I'm doing. No matter what's going on, there are thoughts racing inside of your mind, driving your emotional state. Admit you're anxious. And look at the process. Okay. What are the thoughts I'm thinking? Where did these messages come from? Is this what my mom and dad always told me? Is this what kids told me when I was little in elementary school? Is this what happened to me when I was a teenager? Is this because of the previous relationships I've had, my work experiences? What is driving this? This is where you desperately need a notebook, okay? And one which no one else sees. It is no one's business. So if you have your very own work truck, you hide it underneath of the bottom below your seat where nobody's going to be digging around and getting into your stuff. If you're at home, then you put it between the mattress and the box spring and you shove it way far back in where nobody's ever going to find the thing. You need to have privacy because you need to write in this notebook what is really going on. The things that brought this about, the thoughts you're having, and even your physical responses and emotional responses to what's going on. You need to look at what's driving this. And then you need to take that all apart. Well, this isn't true. Not everyone thinks I'm ugly or stupid. That might have been what I was told, but that isn't the truth. You need to get to the truth. The truth is, I'm a reasonably attractive person. The truth is, I'm a likable person. Yeah, I have some character traits or personality traits that are not as lovely, but or not as great, but everybody does. So I really am a likable person. I'm actually very capable of doing this job. I may not be doing it great yet. I may still need some time or some training or some experience, but I can do this job. I really can. See, get to the truth and learn to replace the tapes. The one that tells you that you're stupid and you'll never succeed and nobody likes you and you're this and this and this, those ones. I'm not even going to go into it. You need to tell yourself what is the truth. I am capable. I am attractive. I am smart enough. I am able to do this job. Tell yourself the truth. And you know what? If you've been saying these same lines to yourself or other people said them to you for 10 years, you got to say this truth to yourself a lot. I mean, a lot. And you can't do it all at once. So pick the big one. I am capable. I am capable. I am capable. I am capable of doing this job. I am capable of doing data input. I am capable of interacting with others. I am capable of taking care of my family. I am capable of loving. I am capable. I mean, you tell yourself, tell yourself, tell yourself, tell yourself, tell yourself, because it's going to take a while before you replace this old junk with the new message and believe it. But you keep telling yourself the truth. I know. So I'm liable to hear about this, but it's all right. You need to pray. You need to admit there's a problem. Wow, God, I'm like really having trouble with this. This is freaking me out. I'm all anxious. I'm all shaky. I'm sweaty. I'm miserable. I'm struggling to breathe. My heart is racing. I am having a problem. Please help me. Please help me remember to breathe. Please help me remember to tell myself the truth. Please help me to find the truth about myself. Please help me to find the things I've believed and I've repeated, those tapes that just play and play in my mind that aren't real and that aren't helping me. Please help me. Okay. There are so many studies, and let me tell you, whether you believe in Jesus Christ as I do, or whether you believe in God, it doesn't change that prayer makes a significant difference. So tell God the truth. I'm really struggling here, and I need your help. It's really amazing. God hears every voice, every thought, every heart, all across the entire earth when we're talking to Him. So call out to God and ask for help. It's also a fair thing to ask someone that you really love and trust for help, because maybe you're having a hard time getting to those root messages that are messing you up, and maybe you're having a hard time coming up with the truth that you need to speak to yourself. It's a great thing to ask God, and sometimes it doesn't hurt to ask someone else that you love and trust also. Okay, so far we've started off with breathe, get a journal and start writing so you can get to the underlying messages that you have believed and said and repeated to your own self, and get to the truth so you can repeat that. And pray. Ask God for help. Tomorrow we'll finish with taking the angst out of anxiety. Thanks so much for joining me today. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.